stick to the results focus. Morepen Labs, they declared numbers earlier. Profit zoomed quite a bit. The management is now joining us on the phone line, Mr. Sushil Suri, CMD at Morepen Labs. Sir, if you could just tell us about the numbers, what were the hits and misses in the quarter, and then we can go into details.
The results were very good as compared to the last quarter. Last quarter, half-yearly basis, we have grown 19%, but this quarter, second quarter, we have grown 24% in the top line. And the good point is the profitability is consistent. Half-yearly basis, we have 93% growth in profit, and on this quarter, it was 118%, so it's more than double. So there is a consistency, and last year we were just saying, oh, we are back in black. But now we are registering good growth of profit. There's a good demand in export and domestic as well. So last 2 quarters, 3 quarters, there's a good demand from the domestic market also. Our exports have grown 26% and domestic market has grown 27%. But it's almost same, but earlier the focus was only on exports. Now domestic market is also responding. Major growth is coming from our API business, our bulk drug business, which contributes like 67% to our top line. In Q1, API has grown by 28%, and on half-yearly basis, it's 26%. So again, I would say there's a consistency. Coming to individual drug, main our asthma drug, Montelukast, that has grown by 48%, which is very good. And this year, we assume that Montelukast will be easily touching 100 crores, which was our internal target. Statins are also going very well. Statins have grown by 51%, which is for cholesterol. Within statin, we had launched a new drug, rosuvastatin, which we have grown almost 200%. Numbers are small, but response is very good. That's, I would say, the key indication, but otherwise, the second growth factor is diagnostics, wherein in Q1, we have grown Q2 we have grown 35%, and half-yearly, we are 30%. So again, I would say good numbers. And then within the diagnostic, our main growth is glucomonitors, where we have more than 1 million glucomonitors installed in Indian households, and we are selling 3 to 4 million strips every month. So that's
right.
a big achievement for us.
Yeah. So as far as the top-selling bulk drugs are concerned, they continue to drive the growth, and they will continue to drive the growth going ahead as well?
Bulk drugs continue to drive, I would say, 60 to 70% of the growth. But on the other hand, diagnostics and our Dr. Morepen OTC brand, so that's also showing good growth. Bernol has grown 95%, Namolate has grown more than 300%. So basically, in the domestic market, it's diagnostics and OTC, and in the export, it is bulk drugs. We do not have exports of finished dosages.
Right. As far as the home diagnostic business is concerned, are you looking to invest there more for better growth because it's still a small part of your business?
Oh yes, because of late in the Make in India campaign, we have started manufacturing base in India. Of course, the full automation will take some time, but we have started reassembly of glucomonitors and strips in India. And of course, we have started making nebulizers, thermometers, small little things. But over a period of time, diagnostics will all be Indianized. And as you might have heard, PM is concerned about imports from China, Korea. So we have a lot of dependence on imports for these equipments. So as the policies ease out, they'll be all manufactured in India, and India needs that. We are the diabetic capital of the world, and we are the largest cardiac market in the world. So we need to at least manufacture basic things in India. That's what we are doing.
Bernol and Lemolate, what were the sales over there? They continue to grow?
Bernol has grown 95% this quarter, and Lemolate is 375% growth, but it's just abnormal. Normal growth is up to 60 to 70% quarter to quarter, which is pretty good. Dr. Morepen has a portfolio which includes diagnostics, OTC, and few of our branded generic drugs. It's 107 crores in the quarter, and 107 crores in the first half year, which will be like 200 crore portfolio, which is sounding a good base now.
Right. So would you say that the company is back on the growth trajectory in all the segments now, after this quarter?
Yes. We are back in growth trajectory in all the segments. And good point you would observe is that the interest factor has come down because our debt is reducing. Within the next 18 to 20 months, we'll be debt-free. That's a positive news for the
margins are concerned. Can you just tell us with the growth rates that you're seeing, how is margins shaping up? Are volume benefits coming, or they'll start to come in the few quarters?
I would say volume benefit, even if we continue the same EBITDA rate between 12 to 13%, we are comfortable, because as we go forward, we have to invest more in the machinery, and there will be a little more interest burden may increase again. But otherwise, we don't feel any squeeze in the market, except for now this currency fluctuation, or I would say the currency disturbance would be maybe felt in this quarter. Because
right. Just last word on the interest cost that you just mentioned. What is the current debt rate, and what will be the repayment in the next 18 months?
In next 18 months, we have to pay some 45 odd crores, which we are comfortable based on the cash flows. So even if we take one quarter here and there, so between 18 to 21 months, we will be debt free, whatever outstanding there is in the books.
Right. Sir, and the sort of investments that you say, what is the sort of investments that you would do in 1 or 2 years? Will it be sufficient to, will the cash flow be sufficient to meet the debt requirement and the investment?
Yeah. When we are saying that we'll be debt free, so I'm assuming that capex we are doing refunding from the internal sources. But once our bank debt is cleared and we have a clear EBITDA of more than 100 crores every year, so that is where the major expansion would come. The first priority, of course, is to clear the debts as per the CDR scheme. And after that 1.5 years, then the major expansion plans will be there. And there may be some acquisitions.
Right. Mr. Suri, thank you so much for joining us and explaining about the numbers. That was the management sounding very bullish. And of course, in Q2, in all the 3-4 segments that the company operates, they have seen great growth.